Enter the mysterious realm of the circus, a sanctuary for those possessing exceptional and unconventional qualities. This video delves into the tales of 10 real individuals who, for different reasons, frequently due to physical disparities, were tagged as peculiarities of the circus. Number 1. Joseph Merrick, the Elephant Man. Joseph Merrick, also known as the Elephant Man, is a well-known historical figure associated with the circus and freak shows. He had a condition, initially thought to be elephantiasis but now believed to be Proteus syndrome, which caused severe deformities in his body. Merrick, born in Leicester, England in 1862, began showing signs of his disorder during his early years. As a child, he had abnormal lumpy skin and bone deformities that made him look very different from others. Despite these physical differences, Merrick was intelligent and sensitive, and longed for human connection and acceptance. In his 20s, Merrick joined a traveling circus to support himself. This was after a difficult life, which included a period in the workhouse due to his mother's death and his father's neglect. In the circus, he was given the nickname the Elephant Man because of the rough growths on his skin resembling an elephant's hide. Life in the circus was tough for Merrick, as he faced long hours of being displayed and constant public scrutiny. However, it allowed him to live independently and meet various people who would play important roles in changing his circumstances. One of these individuals was a surgeon named Frederick Treves. Treves was moved by Merrick's plight when he saw him in a sideshow in London and arranged for him to be admitted to the London hospital for care until his death. Despite the discomfort and humiliation he endured in the circus, Merrick spoke of it without bitterness, understanding that his appearance drew people to the show and provided him with an income he wouldn't have had otherwise. Merrick's life at the London hospital was drastically different. He was treated with kindness and respect, and lived comfortably until he passed away. Notable figures such as actress Madge Kendall and Alexandra, Princess of Wales, visited him, offering him social acceptance and companionship that he had never experienced before. Merrick's story is a powerful reminder of humanity's capability for both cruelty and kindness. Despite the harsh circumstances of his life, he showed incredible resilience and dignity. He wasn't just the Elephant Man of the freak show, but a man with deep emotions and sensitivity who faced his life with grace. His legacy continues to impact us today, emphasizing the importance of empathy and recognizing the inherent humanity in all of us, regardless of our physical appearances. Number 2, Myrtle Corbin, the four-legged woman. Myrtle Corbin, known as the Four-Legged Woman, holds a unique position in the history of sideshows. She was born in Tennessee in 1868 with a medical condition called dipagus, which means she had 2 lower bodies. Corbin had 2 pelvises, each with a pair of legs, one pair being smaller and less functional. Corbin's physical condition was a perfect fit for the sideshow industry. She joined P.T. Barnum's circus at the age of 13 and quickly became one of the most famous and profitable attractions. People were fascinated by her, and she often had to demonstrate the movement of her smaller legs to prove her authenticity during performances. Despite the exploitation that came with her job, Corbin used her position to achieve financial independence. She reportedly earned up to $450 per week, a significant sum for the late 19th century. This financial success gave her a level of freedom that would have been otherwise impossible given her physical condition. Outside of her career, Corbin had a relatively ordinary life. She got married, had 5 children, and proved doctors wrong by being able to conceive despite her condition. After getting married, she retired from the circus and sought a more private life away from the public eye. Corbin's life represents the complexities of the sideshow industry. It provided her with a successful career and financial independence, which was rare for women at the time. However, her career also relied on the public display and exploitation of her physical difference. Today, Myrtle Corbin's story serves as a reminder of how society treats those who are different. While she achieved success and showed resilience, Her story also highlights society's tendency to sensationalize and commodify differences. Her tale gives insight into the fascinating world of sideshows and challenges us to question our perceptions of normality and the importance we place on physical conformity. Number 3, Ella Harper, the Camel Girl. Ella Harper, also known as the Camel Girl in sideshows, was a unique figure in the 19th century circus world. Born in Tennessee in 1873, Harper had a rare orthopedic condition called congenital genu recurvatum, which caused her knees to bend backwards and gave her a camel-like gait. Not only did Harper's condition inspire her stage name, but it also became the focal point of her performances. She would often move using her hands and feet, emphasizing her likeness to a quadruped. Despite her physical challenges, Harper was known for her cheerful and charismatic demeanor, which endeared her to audiences. At the peak of her popularity, she was the star of W. H. Harris's nickel-plate circus, reportedly earning a significant sum of $200 a week. She was promoted as the Camel Girl, and her posters described her as the most extraordinary natural phenomenon since the beginning of the world. Despite her success in the sideshow industry, Harper longed for a different life. In an interview in 1886, she expressed her desire to leave the circus and attend school. True to her words, Harper disappeared from the public eye around that time, suggesting that she perhaps sought a sense of normalcy away from the spotlight. Little is known about Harper's life after retiring, but records show that she passed away in 1921. Her story offers a fascinating glimpse into the complex and contradictory world of freak shows. While her physical condition was exploited for public entertainment, it also provided her with a means of earning a living during a time when opportunities would have been limited. The tale of Ella Harper, the Camel Girl, is an important part of the history of the freak show era. It reflects the conflicting nature of the sideshow experience, the chance for financial success and independence, linked with the exploitation and objectification inherent in the industry. Today, her story serves as a powerful testament to human resilience and our ability to adapt to extraordinary circumstances. It reminds us of the diverse range of human experiences and the indomitable strength of the human spirit. Number 4, Chang and Eng Bunker, the original Siamese twins. The original Siamese twins, Chang and Eng Bunker, were born in 1811 in Siam, now Thailand. They were widely regarded as the most famous conjoined twins of their time, and their fame lasted even to this day. Their birthplace led to the term Siamese twins, becoming synonymous with conjoined twins in the English language. Physically, Chang and Eng were connected at the sternum by flesh cartilage and fused livers. Despite being distinct individuals in terms of personality, they were discovered by a British merchant and an American sea captain as children. Recognizing the novelty of their condition, they were hired to perform in sideshows and carnivals. Starting at the age of 17, Chang and Eng embarked on a successful career as exhibits, captivating large crowds wherever they went. Unlike others in the freak show industry, they were able to accumulate significant wealth due to their shrewd business acumen. They negotiated contracts and managed their brand, eventually gaining control over their act and achieving more autonomy than their peers. Following their retirement from show business, Chang and Eng settled in North Carolina, adopting the last name Bunker and leading conventional lives. They became American citizens, acquired property, and even owned slaves, which is a controversial aspect of their history. Both brothers married sisters and had a total of 21 children, some of whom joined them on their later tours. What sets the story of the Bunker twins apart is not only their physical bond, but also their extraordinary lives during a time of prejudice based on race and culture. Despite being perpetual outsiders, they managed to find their place in society and successfully turned their physical difference into a lucrative career. Their lives raise complex questions about identity, integration, and exploitation. They navigated the constant tension between their Eastern origins and Western lives, their individual identities and their physical union, and their exploitation in freak shows and their ability to manipulate those spaces for personal gain. The Bunker twins passed away on the same day in 1874, remaining together until the end. They are remembered not only for their distinct physicality, but also for their resilience, adaptability, and the remarkable life they built despite societal challenges. Even more than a century later, the lives of Chang and Eng Bunker continue to fascinate and remind us of the multifaceted nature of the human experience. Number 5, Grady Stiles, Lobster Boy Grady Stiles Jr., also known as Lobster Boy, was a famous figure in the freak show industry during the mid-20th century. Born with a rare condition called ectrodactyly, which caused his hands and feet to have a claw-like appearance, Stiles belonged to a family with a long history of lobster people. Growing up in Pittsburgh in the 1930s, it was expected that he would follow in his ancestors' footsteps and perform in sideshows from a young age. His unique physical characteristics became his main attraction and source of income. However, Stiles' life was much more complex than a simple tale of a man with a physical deformity making a living. Unlike many of his contemporaries, who were remembered for their kindness and resilience, Stiles was infamous for his violent and unpredictable behavior. He struggled with alcoholism, which often fueled his aggression. This aggression not only manifested in verbal outbursts, but also in physical violence towards his family, eventually resulting in the murder of his daughter's fiancé. Stiles' actions led to him being rejected by the sideshow community, a group known for accepting society's outcasts. Although he was convicted of his crimes, he never served prison time due to the lack of suitable accommodations for his physical condition. Instead, he was placed on 15 years of probation, during which his violent tendencies persisted. In 1992, his wife Maria and a hired hitman named Chris Wyant orchestrated his murder, marking a tragic end to his already troubled life. Stiles' story reveals a dark and complex aspect of the circus freak show history. It serves as a reminder that the world of the freak show was not always a place of acceptance and camaraderie, but could also involve manipulation, violence, and tragedy. Stiles is remembered not only for his physical uniqueness, but also for the destructive path he followed. His story emphasizes the importance of looking beyond the initial physical deformities of these performers, recognizing the diverse and complex human experiences they possess. Number 6, Schlitzy the Pinhead. Over the years, the circus industry has seen many strange acts, but few have been as memorable as Schlitzy, also known as the Pinhead. Schlitzy was a popular figure in circuses, carnivals, and even movies during the early to mid-20th century. Schlitzy was born with a condition called microcephaly, which caused him to have a small, pointed skull and developmental issues. His appearance and lovable personality set him apart from others. In the 1932 film Freaks, directed by Todd Browning, Schlitzy became well known. Browning, who had experience in the carnival business, cast Schlitzy and other real sideshow performers in the movie. Although it was a commercial failure at the time, the film has since become a classic and provided a glimpse into the lives of sideshow performers. In the sideshow industry, Schlitzy was often advertised as an exotic missing link or an alien to attract audiences. However, his genuine kindness and childlike enthusiasm endeared him to many. In reality, Schlitzy received care from different managers and caregivers throughout his life. His early life is not well documented, but it is believed that his birth parents sold him to a sideshow due to his condition. He spent over 4 decades in the sideshow industry, forming close relationships with fellow performers whom he considered his family. Schlitzy's story is meaningful not because of his appearance or disability, but because of his resilient and captivating spirit. Despite facing curiosity and mockery, Schlitzy found acceptance in a world that often rejects those who are different. His life was filled with both challenges and happiness, as well as love and companionship. Schlitzy was more than just the Pinhead. He was an individual who touched the hearts of many in his own unique way. Number 7, Charles Sherwood Stratton, General Tom Thumb. One of the most well-known entertainers in sideshow history was Charles Sherwood Stratton, who was internationally recognized as General Tom Thumb. Despite being born with no apparent physical abnormalities in 1838 in Connecticut, Stratton ceased growing at around 6 months old and only reached an adult height of 102 centimeters or approximately 40 inches tall. At the age of 4, Stratton was discovered by the renowned showman P.T. Barnum, who was also his distant relative. Barnum gave him the name General Tom Thumb, based on a character from English folklore, and created an elaborate backstory claiming that Stratton was 11 years old and had been found in England. Barnum trained Stratton in singing, dancing, and impersonations, transforming him into a talented performer. Stratton's small stature, along with his entertainment skills and charming personality, made him a sensation. He traveled throughout America and Europe, performing for notable individuals such as Queen Victoria and President Lincoln. In addition to his performances, Stratton also dabbled in business, investing his earnings in real estate and amassing a considerable fortune. Despite the attention he garnered due to his size, Stratton lived a relatively ordinary and successful life. He married Lavinia Warren, another person of small stature, in a grand wedding orchestrated by Barnum, which became one of the most talked-about events of 1863. Charles Sherwood Stratton passed away in 1883 at the age of 45. His life as General Tom Thumb illustrates the multifaceted nature of the sideshow world. While it was exploitative in many aspects, Stratton's career also presented him with significant opportunities and wealth. This is not to say that he did not face hardships or scrutiny, but it highlights the intricate complexities of the freak show era. Stratton's story serves as a reminder of the diverse experiences within the sideshow industry. His career exemplifies the potential for performers to achieve success while emphasizing the core principle of these shows, exploiting and sensationalizing human differences. Therefore, Stratton's life provides a valuable perspective on the unique combination of spectacle, exploitation, and opportunity during the 19th century freak show era. Number 8. Fedor Jeffkov, Jojo, the dog-faced boy. Born in 1868 in Russia, Fedor Jeffkov, also known as Jojo, the dog-faced boy, suffered from hypertrichosis, a condition that caused excessive hair growth on his face and body, giving him a dog-like appearance. His father, Adrian, also had hypertrichosis and was called the Siberian Dog Man. Fedor's journey into the world of freak shows began when he was taken under P.T. Barnum's wing, a renowned figure in circus history. Barnum brought Fedor and his father to America and created an exotic backstory, claiming that Fedor was found in the Russian forests. Fedor was billed as Jojo, the dog-faced boy, with Barnum highlighting his animalistic behaviors to add to the spectacle. However, off-stage, Fedor was a kind and intelligent person, speaking multiple languages and known for his wit and refined behavior. This contrast between his public and private personas reflects the deceptive nature of the sideshow industry, which exploited physical differences while disregarding individuals' true personalities and capabilities. Despite this exploitation, Fedor was a successful act, attracting large audiences and earning a substantial income. After Barnum's death, he continued performing in Europe before retiring in Greece. His death in 1904 represented the end of an era for the golden age of freak shows. Fedor's story offers a captivating exploration of the world of circus freak shows. His life, like many others in similar situations, involved a delicate balance between exploitation and opportunity. Though objectified for his appearance, Fedor managed to make a living and achieve fame and success that would have been unlikely given his condition. Today, Fedor's tale serves as a powerful reminder of the intricate dynamics within freak shows. His story prompts us to reflect on the fine line between exploitation and survival, challenging our perceptions of normality and difference. It demonstrates the human capacity to adapt and thrive even in extraordinary circumstances. Number 9. Julia Pastrana, the Bearded Lady. Julia Pastrana, known as the Bearded Lady or the Baboon Lady, was a notable figure in the 19th century sideshow industry. Born in Mexico in 1834, she had two rare genetic conditions: hypertrichosis, which caused excessive hair growth, and gingival hyperplasia, which thickened her lips and gums. Her unusual appearance made her a source of curiosity from a young age. She was sold to a circus by her uncle and traveled to the United States, where she met Theodore Lent, who became her manager and husband. Lent saw the profit potential in Pastrana's appearance and showcased her in exhibitions throughout Europe and North America. These shows included singing and dancing, demonstrating her talents as a performer, despite the spectacle made of her physical appearance. Although she was marketed as the ugliest woman in the world, Pastrana was actually intelligent, spoke 3 languages fluently, and had a gentle personality. However, she was displayed as a freak, and audiences were fascinated by her unique look. Sadly, Pastrana's exploitation did not end with her premature death in 1860 due to childbirth complications. Her husband had both her and their newborn son, who had inherited her conditions and died shortly after birth, embalmed and exhibited. Their mummified bodies were showcased for over a century until they were finally laid to rest in Mexico in 2013. Julia Pastrana's story highlights the exploitation, objectification, and commodification she endured throughout her life and even after her death. She was denied the agency and respect she deserved as a human being. Despite these indignities, she displayed grace and dignity, defying her public image. Her legacy serves as a reminder of society's capacity for mistreatment towards those who are different. However, it also showcases the resilience and strength of the human spirit. Despite her hardships, Pastrana remains a symbol of endurance and human dignity in the face of adversity. Her story calls on us to challenge norms of beauty and advocate for the humane treatment of all people, regardless of their physical appearance. Her life, full of talent and torment, continues to captivate and inspire, urging us to question our perceptions and treatment of those who deviate from societal norms. Number 10. Isaac W. Sprague, the Living Skeleton. Isaac W. Sprague, also known as the Living Skeleton, was a well-known figure in the circus industry during the 19th century. He was born in Massachusetts in 1841 and was a healthy child until the age of 12 when he inexplicably began to lose weight, despite having a healthy appetite. His weight continued to decrease rapidly, and doctors were unable to diagnose his condition, which is now believed to have been extreme progressive muscular atrophy. Because of his condition, Sprague found it difficult to find traditional employment and turned to the freak show industry. He started in a local show and was discovered by P.T. Barnum, who quickly signed him up. Sprague became one of the most popular attractions at Barnum's American Museum. During his performances, he would stand on a platform in a suit, allowing audiences to marvel at his skeletal appearance. Despite his fragile appearance, he was described as lively and respectful, often engaging in conversations with the audience. In his personal life, Sprague managed to maintain some semblance of normality. He got married twice and had 3 children. However, his deteriorating condition made it increasingly challenging for him to perform. He retired multiple times but had to return to the stage due to financial necessity. Sprague passed away in 1887 at the age of 46, marking the end of a career defined by his extreme physical condition and the exploitation that came with it. Nevertheless, his life demonstrates the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Despite his condition, Sprague was able to create a life for himself, albeit one steeped in spectacle and public scrutiny. His story highlights the complex relationship between exploitation and survival in the freak show world. Similar to his peers, Sprague felt compelled to turn his physical difference into a spectacle in order to survive. However, his story also serves as a powerful reminder of the human ability to adapt and persevere even in the most challenging circumstances. Despite the exploitation he endured, Sprague managed to maintain his dignity and humanity, showcasing his strength of character and the complexities of the human experience.